What's up, YouTube? This is Nate coming to you with another video, and today I'm talking about my Carolina Panthers collection. So I started collecting cards as a kid and took a big break for many years and got back into it this year during the pandemic, as a lot of people did. I'd been watching some breakers open up cards, and so found some cheap basketball boxes on Craigslist, bought them, opened them up, found some Jordans, started hitting up flea markets, went through my old collection, sold some stuff, bought some collections, locally, and some cards off eBay. And along the way, I decided I wanted to collect the Carolina Panthers because they're really the team in professional sports that I follow the most. I don't, watch as much sports as I used to. Used to watch a lot of Duke basketball and, watch some NBA, but never really watched a lot of college football. But I just, kind of gravitated toward the Panthers. And so I decided I wanted to get a few of the players that I really enjoy. And so in the last several months, I've been buying some individual Panther cards that I like, adding to my collection. And so my Panthers collection is probably my favorite cards in my collection. It does have some of the most valuable ones. It doesn't have all the valuable ones. And I don't have a big collection by any means. But it is kind of the cards that I cherish the most, if I even use that word, for cards. But it's been a lot of fun building it, finding what I like, and then chasing some cards that are a little harder to get. So I'm going to go over those today because I have a mail day, and one of the bigger cards in my collection that I've been watching and waiting for is in here. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And just thought it'd be cool to kind of run down some of my Panthers collection. I'd already thought about making this video. So I'll jump in. So I do have quite a few Panthers, just base cards and inserts. I just have those in binders. Just cards that I like the look of. You can buy them for $1 or $2 off eBay or even less. And so I bought a bunch of those to begin with because I didn't really want to spend any money. And then, going to card shows and things like that, I found, some of the sets that I wanted to collect. And so I'm going to show you some of the cards that I picked up along the way. So I'll start with, I guess, the cards in the back. So I have a couple, jersey cards of Christian McCaffrey on the left and Luke Kuechly on the right. I'm not a huge collector of jersey cards just because most of them now are not game worn. They're event or player worn. And so, that could mean that the player just put the jersey or the glove on at some event when they were signing cards. And it just really takes away some of the luster of that. But I really like the unparalleled design. I like how these kind of refract the light. You can kind of see on those. So these are kind of cool cards. A couple of the ones that I bought very, very early on when I was collecting. So still have them, still like the look of them. And I have this really cool Cam Newton cracked ice over here on the right. I just really like the way that it the light hits it, and it it looks like cracked ice. So I thought that was really cool. I actually picked that one up at the flea market and was super excited about that. Got my little bobblehead of McCaffrey here on the left. And then in the back, I have a sign that my friend David made for me, custom. If you like that, if you want a sports team sign like that, he's very reasonable, and I can connect you with him, so let me know. So I'll start out over here on the right. Luke Kuechly is my favorite player. He's kind of the player that I PC in addition to other Panther cards, but he's the one that I have the most. So this year was the first year for Mosaic Football. So we have the base here. We have the Genesis, which is one of the more rare cards in the Mosaic line. So I don't know the exact print run on these, but it's probably somewhere below 50. So those are pretty cool. I have the Disco. I like it a lot just because of the little beads on there and how it kind of refracts the light. So that's pretty cool. I have this blue parallel, which is kind of cool because it's not quite team color, but it does, kind of have that blue match to it, so I like that. Have the reactive blue, so it's red with the blue kind of highlights on the kind of explosion back there, so that's pretty cool. Have the pink, or the pink camo, pretty cool. I have the orange reactive and the green reactive, which again have kind of the background. As you can tell back here, it's kind of orange and then kind of green. And then I have the green parallel. So those are fun to collect. They're not overly expensive, especially if you're Kuechly. It's not a rookie, but just like to get some of the different colors of those. It's fun to display those. I picked up this optic parallel right here. I don't know if it's numbered. Yeah, numbered to 79, 2 of 79. So I thought that was really cool. Like what's going on there. I don't know exactly what they call that one, but pretty cool. That copper. I picked up this gold Donruss press proof, 19 out of 50. So that's a parallel. Thought that was really cool. And then the Kuechly cracked ice. Also found it at the flea market. So very cool. I really like the way the light hits that. So big fan of Kuechly. Hate he had to retire so early, but I support his decision to take care of himself. I'm glad that he's back on staff as a scout, and I could see him one day maybe being a defensive coordinator or something like that. So big fan of his, enjoyed watching him play. All three of us in the family have his jersey. So yeah, great player. So, going here, this stack is primarily going to be autographs or rookie cards. I have a couple, rookie cards that are just in my binder, a couple Cam rookie cards that are relatively valuable, but, not a whole lot. A couple Curtis Samuel and some other players that I liked. But I picked up this Brian Burns rookie autograph. I think I got this for $3 at a card show. He has really had a great season this year. Of course, the season's over for the Panthers, but I think he got double-digit sacks. But just really dug that I could get his rookie autograph for $3. I think he's going to be a staple of the franchise if he doesn't get traded for Deshaun Watson. But he's a great player, fun to watch. The Spider, Brian Burns. Got another rookie autograph here that my neighbor picked up for me. He bought this at the flea market. This is a rookie autograph of Derek Brown. He was our first-round pick from this past year. This is out of Illusions. So very cool. He's definitely an impact player. Had a bunch of tackles for a loss and pressures and things like that, or run pressures. So, two guys on the defensive line, probably don't get enough love, but as we're rebuilding, they're going to be key to stopping the run and getting some pressure on the passer. Next up here is a Kuechly rookie refractor. This is actually one of the only 2 graded cards that I have. My friend David picked this up for me off of eBay because he said every collector needs to have their favorite player's card graded, and so sweet card, kind of iconic rookie card. For Luke, it's probably his most desirable one, other than like some super short printed parallels. So really like this, that it refracts the light. It's a GMA 9 mint, so very cool card there. Again, he's my favorite player. Then we have this year's star, Jeremy Chin. So picked this card up very early on, before he kind of had his breakout season. He has been phenomenal, phenomenal value. I think we picked him up in like the late second round. We traded up to get him. He's played a lot of linebacker and safety, or robber position, or whatever you want to call it. He has been amazing. This is his Prism Draft Rookie Auto out of 125. I actually picked up a couple of these and got a couple of his Sage Hit autos. Actually sold the other one of these that I picked up, and I paid for all of them and more, just because his values jumped up. But I really like the green parallel on this one. I think it looks really cool. And I'm excited to see what he does going forward, and excited to get some of his cards and Panthers jerseys. He's one of my favorite Panthers right now. And so this will look familiar. This is the Kuechly rookie. It is not the refractor, but it is the autograph. So I picked this up in a lot off eBay. Got this in the Cam Newton rookie card for a pretty good price, and getting a lot of camera here. But very cool card. It is on the sticker, which isn't my preference in terms of autographs. So, they signed some stickers, send them in, they put them on the card. But still very cool to have a rookie autograph. Got it for a really good price. Really cool card. I got the non-chrome version of this in my collection as well. So you can never have too many rookies of your favorite player. All right, and then we're getting into the good stuff. Jumping into the next one, they all have kind of a similar theme. And I bought these for the purpose of displaying. They're players that I like players that I've enjoyed, but also players that are cards that I want to display. I have them displayed on my mantle at my desk for work. So this one is a Jonathan Stewart autograph patch card. And so this is actually a game-worn patch. He wore this in a game, guaranteed by Panini. It is number 1 out of 10, so there's 10 of these. But I just really love how clean his signature is, how prominent he looks on the card. It's not distracting. It's just a super classy card. It's got that big, thick, chunky game-worn patch there. So this is an awesome card to display. Just one of the best-looking cards that I've seen. And it got it for a good price. Really enjoyed him as a player. You know, he's an Oregon Duck. Him and D'Angelo were a big part of our running attack for many, many years. You know, he was on the team when we went to the Super Bowl in 2015. Him and D'Angelo both had a season where I think they both rushed for 800 yards or something like, or 1,000. But he was great player. You know, never really got to be the lead back for too long. Then he ended up going to Denver. But definitely great memories of this player and a really cool card to display in my collection. Next up is this really sweet Curtis Samuel rookie autograph with this glove piece on it. So I really, really liked this one. I like that it's an on-card auto. Again, it's cool that it's a rookie, but you know, I'm not super concerned about that. It is numbered out of 49, and it's in my favorite set, which is encased, and you'll notice that I have a bunch of those. But really like this glove patch. You know, I think it is event worn, so he probably didn't wear it in a game. But definitely like that there's an on-card auto. He's had a breakout campaign this year, you know, running and catching the ball. I fear he will not be a Panther next year. He'll be picked up by somebody else just because we won't be able to afford him and our offensive tackle that are up for re-signing. But great player out of Ohio State. Really wish we can keep him. Hope we do. But a very cool card to display and have in my collection. Next up is a DJ Moore rookie autograph jersey card. So this is an RPA, as they call them, out of 99. And it's out of Immaculate, which is a very expensive set. But fortunately, you know, this card wasn't. Really cool, colorful, chunky patch there. You know, as you can tell, compared to the ones in the back, this has some character on it. Like those are just kind of plain pieces of jersey, whereas this is like at a seam or a number or something like that, and it's got 3 colors on it. Very cool patch, very clean on-card auto on this kind of acetate finish, super prominent. And you'll notice a theme. That's kind of what I prefer in a card, but very cool. Picked this up off eBay, won it at auction. He's a great player. He's had some good years. He's going to be our number 1 for years to come. I think him and Robbie are a good pairing. I wish we could keep all 3 with Samuel, but definitely a good player and a good first-round draft pick for the Panthers. All right, next up, we have this sweet Greg Olsen here. I picked this up because it matches another card in my collection. As you can tell, it is also out of encased, that same set that Curtis come out of. It's the on-card auto, the big prominent picture of Greg. He was one of my favorite Panthers, just Mr. Consistent. You know, there until the very end when he got injured, he hardly ever missed any games. In my opinion, he is the single biggest reason that Cam had as much success as he did, other than, of course, you know, Cam's ability. Just always there as a target, one of Cam's favorite targets, even before McCaffrey got there. Just a great pro. You know, Pro Bowl player, you know, one of the great tight ends to ever play the game. Really liked him, you know, great in the community. Always enjoyed rooting for him. He made it really easy. So really glad to have this card in my collection. All right, up next is a pretty big card in terms of, you know, this one cost me a pretty good chunk of change. Not as much as the Mail Day card, but you got Christian McCaffrey autograph here on card. It's not a rookie, you know, but it is out of encased, 16 out of 25 on-card auto. His autographs are really tough to come by, really expensive, but I'm glad that I found this one. It was the exact set that I wanted to match my other ones. Really like that it's got the whole player on it, but McCaffrey, I mean, he's the backbone of our offense now and will be, unless, of course, he gets traded for Deshaun Watson. But fan favorite, great player, can run the ball, can do it all. He's tough. People thought he couldn't run up the middle when they drafted him, but he has definitely proved them wrong. Him and Alvin Kamara are really just a different breed of running back, and just great player. Hope he can come back full strength next year, but really glad to add this card to my collection. And next is the card that set off all of the autograph collections and really set the bar for the type of look that I wanted and type of collection that I wanted to build. And that is my Luke Kuechly autograph card. So he's my favorite player, and this card popped up, and I thought it was the baddest card I'd ever seen. I mean, he just looks so imposing and so massive on this card. It's clean. It's got his autograph on there. There's not anything unnecessary on it. It's numbered to 5, so number 2 of 5. It's out of encased. Just love the clean design. Love how great the card looks. It displays well. Just my favorite card in my collection. Favorite card I've ever seen. And it popped up. Somebody won it in a Raz. Sent me a message, knew I was looking for cards, and hooked me up with it. Got a good deal on it. But Luke, in my opinion, is going to be a Hall of Famer. Definitely a Hall of Fame career. And so I think he is on the Mount Rushmore of Panthers. Up there with some other guys who I'll talk about here in a minute. But that is my favorite card in my collection, and by far the coolest card that I've ever seen. So I'm going to put that up here in the back just because Luke's the man. Can't cover up the Panther there. And so so the next card is the Mail Day card. And so the story on this is I have, a list of Panthers that I want. I want all of them, and I want autographs. I want on card. I want it clean, preferably to match. And this fit the bill. And it was priced pretty high on eBay, and I waited around, made 3, 4, 5 offers. And then finally I sold some more cards, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to find another one that looks like this. And the prices may come down. But sometimes if there's only 25 of a card made and it's the one you want, you just got to jump on it, just because you never know when it's going to pop up again. So, so without further ado, I hope this is the right card. I'm not really expecting any others in the mail. Oh, got some others in here to cover it up. So good packaging here. Wasn't expecting this. All right, try not to give it away just yet. All right. So we got the Miles Sanders and Terry Bradshaw. And so for the big reveal, boom, Cam Newton, autographed jersey card, 8 out of 25 out of National Treasures. When I saw this card, I thought it was the cleanest, coolest looking Cam I'd seen. And some of his cards are super expensive. There's some really cool pieces that have like the laundry tag off of his jersey, or things like that. Or there's a couple that have a script that says like Ace Boogie or QB1. But they're several $100s. I got a good deal on this one. I feel like it's worth it, but it's just a super clean. It just looks exactly like Cam back there in the background, how he would be in the games. It's got his autograph. It's got this cool little jersey that's in the shape of a 1. So very cool. The big colossal patch. A dynamic young quarterback. Newton has lived up to the hype that comes with being a #1 overall draft pick. The former Heisman Trophy winner led Carolina to an impressive comeback victory against the Bears, tossed 2 touchdowns, including the game-winning score with 2:18 left. So super cool card. Really glad to add it to my collection. Let's take a look over the camera at it. Yep, super clean. I don't see any issues with it. So very happy to add this to my collection. And I think Cam is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Panthers. If not the best Panther of all time. And I say that just because of how dominant he was in his prime. He was a dual threat. He put up big numbers. Our best season ever in 2015. He led us to the Super Bowl. We didn't win. and he gets a lot of knocks, and he gets a lot from me. Early on, his demeanor was really aggravating, and then later on, it's just his injuries really caught up to him, and he couldn't really shield some of the deficiencies in his passing ability with his running game, and so he lost some of the impact that he had. He didn't have as much help, but he had, in my opinion, a first ballot Hall of Famer career with the Panthers. He definitely did some work in New England this past year. Who knows what he'll do later on, but super cool card. Really glad to add it to my collection. I am a fan. I think our franchise owes a big debt to this man for putting us on the map, for making us relevant, for playing as well as he did for so many years, and for really taking a beating for our team and for our fan base. So big shout out to Cam. Really glad to add this to the collection. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. And so, in my opinion, the Mount Rushmore of Panthers, you got Kuechly, you got Cam, and then, it can get a little squishy for the other two. I think there's really only 5 candidates. You got Sam Mills, because he's the guy, keep pounding. He wasn't a lifetime Panther or anything like that, but, he's really shaped the culture of the team and given us an identity with the keep pounding. You have Peppers, who could belong on there. He went and played with Green Bay and the Bears for a while. You have Olsen, he was really good. But I'm trying to think who the fourth one was. I think Cam's there. I think Kuechly's there. I think Sam Mills is there. Who am I missing? You could maybe make a case for Jordan Gross. Maybe make a case for Ryan Khalil. But I guess it's got to be Peppers, because I can't think of the other one. Jake Delhomme was good. But I think that's it. I think it's Cam, Luke, Sam Mills, and probably Julius Peppers. So you can leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you disagree. But anyways, that's not what this is about. This is about the Panthers collection, and super pumped to add this to it and to have it with the Kuechly back there. It's going to look super awesome in my collection as I display all these. So thanks for tuning in. Happy to be able to share, kind of, some of the key, grails or gems in my collection, as they say. Super excited to get that one. If you know anybody who has a Thomas Davis, a D'Angelo Williams, or a Steve Smith, that's the guy who makes it before Peppers. So Thomas Davis, D'Angelo Williams, or Steve Smith, Panthers autograph, let me know, or let me know in the comments. But yeah, Steve Smith is on the Panthers Mount Rushmore. It's Cam, it's Luke, it's Steve Smith, it's Sam Mills. Fight me.